Oh my gosh, my aunt died, left the Glock and the blood on the sheets, so we clean the shit up.
Like, I'm pissed and I want to go home. Like, I gotta perseverance, you know. Bad times, that comes when you're doing good. Down, you know, you have to just you have to see the light and just keep going, you know. And I think I felt so small. I felt like, oh my God, like, is anybody gonna know this is me? Like, this is when it's big, so, you know, like, I
can remember, like, when that image first came out.
It was
like,
so shocking.
It was so shocking and, like,
I think sexy. Like, I'm now, like, I could back up the shit I talk, and I could feel how I wanted to start a cheeseburger panty tomorrow. It would be cheeseburger panties tomorrow, you know, like.
The Créatif starts now.
All right, it's Mars, lover of all things iconic. Welcome back to another week. Hope your week is going great. Let me just get straight into it because I am such a huge fan of today's guests. They have dressed SZA, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Kehlani, and JT. They were featured in Vogue and is also one of the designers I'm following on my up-and-coming series on TikTok. Please welcome to the Creative, Jordon Willis. Thank you for coming out in this smoldering heat because I know it's really, really hot.
Yeah, but we love it.
Yeah. So do you like New York summer or New York fall better?
I like the summertime because, like, even just like when I said, like, I just moved to Harlem, like, even the energy, like, they take the fire hydrant off and, like, the water spraying, like, I just love all the neighborhood like antics, but the heat wise, not really. But
this heat is something different.
Yeah.
It's so different.
I feel like it wasn't that bad last year.
Right. Besides the heat, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I feel rejuvenated. I kind of feel like I'm starting over, so I'm just, like, in a whole new space of just, like, changing things up.
Okay. You gotta keep yourself on your toes, especially when you're a creator.
You know?
So, yes. Okay, so let's get into everyone's favorite segment, which is Dream Gig. And this is a segment of the show where we manifest dream opportunities in any creative industry. It can literally be anything from a collaboration with Marc Jacobs Heaven to a collaboration with Vivienne Westwood. Mm-hmm. What would be your dream gig that you're manifesting for yourself this week?
I would say my dream gig, I want a Beyonce custom. I want Beyonce to reach out for. I think it's time. I've dressed the girls, and I think that's like, that's the girl, you know. I've dressed like a lot of women that I didn't even think I could, but that would be like the only pull that I would just like melt. So yeah.
And it would make Shiona, Milton, let's go.
Let's get something
like, come on. I could see that happening for sure. Like, because I wanted her to bring back, I was listening to Cowboy Carter and I was listening to I Love Alligator Tears. And I was like, it would be so cool if she bring back BB Homemaker.
What's that?
Remember from the Why Don't You Love Me video?
Oh, yeah,
that persona, like, Jordon Willis would eat in that whole world. Like, I would love that so much.
Me too.
So my dream gig this week is I would love to style and creative direct a photo shoot using your pieces.
Ooh, let's do it.
With this she's like a content creator, but she's also a model. Her name is Six. She's kind of blowing up.
Oh yeah, I follow her actually. I follow her on TikTok.
But I
love
could
her.
see me creative directing something like with your pieces and like on her body, it just would eat.
She has the personality.
Yeah,
the clothes wouldn't wear her, so she
like I can see it clear as day. So
yeah, we gotta make that
I feel like we need to make that
happen. Yeah, for sure.
Like get some studio space and just go for it. Yeah, have fun. Well, y'all hear that? We just manifested a dream gig. It's gonna come true. We're gonna get it together. And we're back. Now it's time for Creative Community. And this is for listeners sending questions about the creative process or just any other questions that you may want to know for me or any guests that I have on that week. And you can send these questions to the Creative Pod at gmail.com, or you can send it to our DMs at the Creative Pod on Instagram. Or you can just put it in the comments and I'll answer it. I'll see it. But this week, y'all had a lot of questions for Jordon. So I'm going to put one in Creative Community, and I'm going to put the rest of them in the actual interview. So this question is really good. It comes from Danny Alvarez from Instagram. And he says, do y'all believe in collective creativity? Meaning, act on an idea or someone else will.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I think that's like the biggest thing when creating, because I've had so many ideas, and it's like sometimes you get in your head and like you'll wait, and then boom, you'll see someone else do it. But what I will say is the trick to that is can't nobody do it like how you do it. You know?
Right.
So I think that because that's given me a lot of peace when I've seen ideas come that I thought of, but I'm like, you know what? I don't gotta rush to put it out or anything, like, because when I do it, it's how Jordon does it, and that's Jordon's way, and so I think that it's a thing, but take your time, but also act on it. But when you do it, nobody could do it like how you do it.
Right. So. I agree. And it's so much so now because social media, like, you just see, like, for instance, I had this idea of, since, like, Kamala's running for president and, the whole brat thing is blowing up right now. So I was like, I want to make some Kamala brat merch. And I get on TikTok and I see it coming down my timeline. Of course, it doesn't look exactly like what I'm doing, but it's just like, damn, can I even get it out? Like, please.
For real.
So I do believe in, what is this called? Collective creativity. I do believe in that.
Yeah.
But I feel like instead, I used to get really pissed off about it. Like, to the point, like, because like I said, social media, I have had times being very vulnerable here where I'm just like, I don't like that person because why would they take my idea and they don't even know it's my idea? Like, so I
thought of that first.
Right? I had to like check myself and be like you said, nobody's gonna do it like you do it. Like, and when you go to a store, there's 50 loaves of bread on the shelf.
Yeah.
They're all by different companies, but they're all bread.
All depends on what bread you like.
Exactly. So. That was a great question, Jordon. Thanks for sending that in. And please continue to send those questions in. This actually is my favorite segment of the show because it allows me to, like, be close with the listeners and actually know what you guys want us to talk about. So, and I think I want to do an episode on collective creativity as a whole because I feel like it's something that creators kind of struggle with in general. Okay, and we're back. So, Jordon Willis, you are like one of the up and coming brands right now. You're really, really doing it. I'm trying to pinpoint the first time I saw you. I think one of your pieces came down my timeline. And it's like maybe a week or so after that, I started seeing it everywhere. And I've just been like obsessed with you ever since.
Thank you.
So I'm honored to have you here on the show.
Hey, I really appreciate that.
And I want to go back to the beginning. And what are some experiences from your childhood that sparked your creativity?
I would definitely say, like, even being with my mother is super creative. That's like where I get it from. Like when I was a kid, we used to be like, I used to go to the mall with her. She used to be like, what do you think about this? You like this? Like just shopping with her, picking out things, seeing fabrics, and even seeing her make, cause she makes things too. So even seeing her make things. And I remember she taught me how to make clothes for my teddy bears and things like that.
Gosh.
Yeah. So like it's at this point like inherent, like that's like it's in me for real, you know. But definitely being around my mother and seeing just like another woman's creative process and just learning and falling in love with fashion like at such a young age.
I relate because my grandma used to take me shopping and I really didn't get it until I grew up, but she would like look at a garment, she would look at the hem, she would look at the button detailing, and like when I was younger I was just kind of like, if I see something I like it, then I
get it.
But now that I'm older, like I do look at the tailoring, I do look at the cut, the hem, the details, like all of that matters.
And the fit, oh my goodness, that's like the biggest thing as I've gotten older, is like the fit is everything, the silhouette, the shape, how does it make my body look, just really dressing for me. But when I was young, I didn't care what I wore. I wore anything.
Right. So it's just kind of like, I realize now that like when you're wearing clothes, it's kind of like it's a part of you, and if it doesn't feel right, then it kind of ruins my whole day. If I'm wearing something that don't feel right, it's just like
I'm pissed, and I want to go home. Like I gotta feel good and like walk around looking good and have my little strut, especially when I'm in New York. Summertime, purse, you know. So I agree, and it's a reflection of you. It's an expression of self, like, you know, like things that you can't really say to people. They can see from your outfit, and you just bring an aura and a light, you know.
Absolutely. You started your brand, Jordon Willis, out of your dorm room.
Yes. Oh my God.
And it was due to you being unable to secure a job. At what point did you realize, like, I need to take matters into my own hands? Like, what was that turning point for you?
When the rent was due. I was just like, and I wanted my hair done. I wanted to buy things, get my nails done. But I just remember I kept going to interview after interview after interview and just not getting it and just it's not making sense. And I just remember being like, you know, you're selling embellished dresses already, like, and I was selling like a few here and there, and I was just like, let's just take it on full time and let's just go for it and push it. And then I just remember like doing more pulls and just like just putting my energy there instead of like a resume and a job application, because I'm like, obviously this isn't working for me. Like I need to just take matters in my own hand. I believe in me, so let's do it. You know,
that's how it works.
Yeah.
Like, as you all know, if you've been listening, like, I quit my job in February, and I've just been, like, putting my feet to the pavement.
Yeah.
And, like, of course, it's a struggle.
It is.
You have to find your footing and all of that thing, but I do feel that it's worth it. Like, I feel good with everything that I'm creating.
And that's what and, like, you gotta just keep going. I think what people don't, it's perseverance. You know, bad times, that comes when you're doing good. Down, you know, you have to just keep... you have to see the light and just keep going. You know? And I think that's what's most important, because... That will prove how bad you want it. Yeah. You know? That's how will prove how bad you want it.
Definitely have to meet the universe halfway.
Oh, my goodness. You have to put that work in.
Are you from New York?
No, I'm actually from Connecticut.
Okay, what part?
I'm from Windsor. I used to live out there, and I came to New York for college. So I've been out here for like... Well, I don't even remember when I graduated college. Like, I've been here for like maybe 7-8 years. But yeah, I went out here for college. I went to LIM for fashion media, graduated, and then I've been doing my brand ever since.
That makes sense that you went to school for fashion media because, well, we'll get into that later, but Jordon does everything. They don't only make the clothes, they do everything.
Oh my goodness. Packaging, fulfilling, photo shoots, content, making it's...
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. Was moving to New York essential to you reaching your growth as a designer and a businessman?
Yes, because I remember just like being young before I moved to New York. I used to go to UConn for psychology. Like I did a year. It was horrible. I'm like, I hate this.
I went for psychology too.
You gotta learn about parts of the brain. I thought it was just more just like you getting people's business. You being
like, I like it on TV.
Yeah, in person it's
like,
crazy. Oh my goodness. I was like, I didn't know this much went into it, but I remember just like being like, oh, I want to go to a fashion school in New York. Like, I just want to live that dream. Like, I remember watching YouTube videos about it and everything. And then I remember I applied to LAM. I got a scholarship. And then
the rest is history.
The rest is history. I begged my mom. She was like, okay. She took my stuff. We moved up there. And I was in the dorm for a minute. But yeah, the rest has been history after that. But that was essential because I think I needed the energy. I think I needed the hustle of it. And just there's nothing out there in Connecticut, you know, versus where it's New York. There's so many things, opportunities, people. And even with a lot of my pulls, like last minute there, are you in New York? Are you in New York? You know, it's central, you know, even just location wise.
Yeah. New York Minute is something serious. And it can really change your life. Like, I'm sure you've probably gotten a comment like, we need this outfit here in 2 hours. You just got to hustle and, like, you got to make it.
Every time you work with a big client, it's never time. It's never time.
Like, you have to be ready.
Yeah, even with even my regular girls, it's like, you would think, like, so for somebody to know they want to wear an outfit a month in advance, like, that takes a very meticulous, and not sometimes we're just like, oh, I want to wear, like, can I get it, like, by Thursday? And I'm just like, okay, sure. You know, and I think on my feet and I get it done. You know, when the check calls, Jordon, do not decline. Okay, so, and I love it because I always say I feel like I'm on Project Runway. I feel like I just gotta make it work. Even when I'm doing a custom, she need to pick it up by today, and just nothing's working out. I just have to suck it up and just find a solution. So, as much as I talk about I hate last minute work, I love it. So.
Yeah, because you really, I mean, I feel like all of your shit is custom. Like, you don't have many things that are like ready to go.
No, none of it is ready to go.
So
I don't hold no inventory. Honestly, I think that's like my first rule. I don't hold inventory. If you want it,
I love that.
We make it. You know,
absolutely. You have a special way of making vintage feel very modern.
Yes.
When I see your pieces, I see images of old Hollywood glamour, like women in their powder rooms with their long robes on, mixed with like the golden era of female rap. I'm talking the era when it was Eve, Little Kim, Foxy, Jackie O. Like, you mix those two worlds perfectly.
Thank you.
So how do you marry those two worlds so effortlessly?
I think in my past life I was a vintage, glamorous woman in Hollywood, and I love female rap. I love female rap. I'm an enthusiast. I love all the girls, and And even with, I love glamour. I know what looks good. I know what looks expensive. You know, even in female rap songs, they always speak about being this expensive bitch and I'm this and I'm that. I got diamonds, fur coat to the floor, you know? So it's just like, I know. I love glamour and I know when I see it, and I love just your raunchiness. I love a little dash of some raunchiness. And I think even the prime example of that is like Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
It gave total fashion girl, it gave glamorous, but at the same time, when you heard what she said, and then just even putting it together with the pasties, it's taking this, that, and all of that, but inherently, I just love glamour.
Yeah.
I love makeup, hair, nails. I love just beauty.
Yeah. And Lil' Kim,
that's like my biggest.
I feel you can't be into fashion
No.
and not acknowledge Lil' Kim.
At all.
There's no way around it. Like, I look at what all of the girls are doing now, and I can instantly pinpoint Lil' Kim did this.
You know?
And I feel like when she was in her prime, like, she was just doing her. She didn't know what she was doing. Like, as far as the impact that it would have. Like, that shit is crazy.
She was just like, I'm a girl who likes to have fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing in fashion. We gotta have fun.
Yeah.
We can't be too serious. You have to have fun. She was throwing like the most synthetic looking blonde wigs and eat
it every time
with some runway on, and it's just like you gotta really put that on and feel it and be it. And I think that she just evokes that. And I love even her relationship with designers and like the pieces that she's been dressed in. I think it's just so golden, and I think she added the gangster in it too, so seamlessly. So seamlessly.
Yeah. So being that Lil' Kim is one of your biggest inspirations, what are some of her looks that kind of live in your brain?
The nipple out at the VMAs with the purple wig.
Absolutely. Iconic.
Rent-free.
Iconic.
Also, she remember, it was like for her release of Notorious K.I.M. and she had that, I think was it Vivienne Westwood? It was like a diamond bodice with like nipples and feathers. It was like this.
Yes, with the jeans.
Yes, and like and then I also love that one with the zipper bundles that lives rent free.
I'm surprised the girls have not brought that back in full effect yet. Like,
I'm thinking about that. And when she had like the little flower pasties with the orange hair in the award show, even let me stop playing. My favorite look is when legs bust open with the cheetah print bikini and the fur for the Notorious K.I.M.
Iconic.
That whole rollout,
Iconic.
I have actually a poster of that. It's in my room, a big poster of her with her legs open with the feathers right in my room. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, salute. Okay. You know, I just salute it.
Because that's an iconic image. Like, it really... I can remember, like, when that image first came out.
It was
like,
so shocking.
It was so shocking and, like, gratifying and daring and, like...
And Lil' Kim took a lot of beatings so the girls could do what they could do now. Let's not play, you know? So, that's rent-free. That's rent-free.
Exactly. So, being that Lil' Kim is a big inspiration, that brings you to your house codes. So, what would you say your core house codes are for Jordon Willis? Like, what makes Jordon Willis?
The first thing is sexy. Every time I design, I think sexy. But then I also think of super romantic, and I also think of feminine, and not just like oblivious femininity, but femininity that's kind of more, I'm trying to think of the word, more thought out and clever, you know? Like, I feel like sometimes any girl could just wear a mini skirt, but will she wear a mini skirt asymmetric with a flounce and a belt and a boot, you know? Like, just taking, and then glamour as well.
Yeah.
Glamour and beauty, but I think my core is always sex, glam, and I would definitely, sex and glam.
Yeah.
For real, you know, and just mixing it up and then mixing highs and lows and just everything in between.
Yeah, and that comes through. Everything I've seen that comes through.
Thank you.
Really, really fine.
And I think it reflects on my clients. Like, even Cardi, just even get Cardi in my pieces twice, or even to get Meg, to get JT, you know.
And she wore like back to back.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on.
And those girls give me that. They give me the raunchy, the glamour, the you know, but it's still, and it's just, it all paints a beautiful picture of just what people think femininity is, you know, and it can always be changed and we can have fun with it, you know?
I love that it kind of like, your clothes, your designs are finding their own tribe. Yeah. And it's all making sense.
Yes.
All of it makes sense. Like, I haven't seen your piece on somebody who it does
not make sense, you know, and I literally thank God for that every day. I'm like, it just works itself out, you know, and it's like, because you could get the pull, but there's a whole nother step of her wearing it, getting the pictures, and making it a moment. So I've just been thankful to get the moments I've gotten because, you know, it comes with letdowns and you get these thrills and you're just waiting to see. But so happy it's making sense and the puzzle pieces are clicking because I've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like I'm now like, I could back up the shit I talk and I could feel how I feel for a reason, you know, and I deserve what I deserve because I put the work in, you know, and I still am very much so like putting in the work and like still putting in the groundwork to build up something that is like a legacy, you know?
When I look at your work, I can tell that your vision is very unique.
Thank you.
And I wonder, when you were first starting, like, did you question yourself a bit? Because it's just kind of like, nobody has seen or done anything like in this fashion before. And like, how did you get over that thing of like, how did you stick to your guns?
You know, I would want to say I question myself, but if I question myself, I want to put it out. I think I've always had like the audacity to do something, you know, and I think, I've cared what people said. I've always been like, oh my gosh, like, I hate this, like, you know, but I think for me to, it took a lot of bad looks, you know, a lot of fails and mishaps for me to even be able to like go for it. And like, you got to stand in it. You know, I remember I seen a quote like, trust, believe in your bad taste, you know, for real though.
That's true.
You know, and like for a long time, like people have made me feel like I've had bad taste, or I was, you know, and like whatever that came, but it was just like, no, y'all don't get it, you know, and I believe in it and I see it. So I think I've always believed in my bad taste and my good taste, but I've just believed in me and I've just always had fun with it. But I always knew I wanted to be a designer, so once I kind of figured out the ropes, I was never going to stop. And then I was, no. Absolutely.
When I first discovered you, I just assumed, I was like, who is this cunt-ass trans woman? And then I got to researching you. And your pronouns are he, him, and that you're very tapped into your femininity. So as a femme myself, I feel like that's where my power comes from creatively. So how does your femininity influence your work?
All the time. Like even now pieces that I make them with me in mind. Like I want to wear this dress and like I want to, and like even if like I'm flat chested, like I want to make it wrap, or I wanted some cupping to make it seem like I got a little something. Like I envision I have a breastplate and wigs and I play with that, and it's just like it's a girl I envision, and it's like we're just selling the clothes after she wears them, you know, like that's really how my business goes, because I model it all after me and what I like and what I don't like in a garment and what I see fit. And you know, it just so happens to relate to a lot of women, and it's like even when I meet my customers in person, I'm like, you look like the type of girl that wear my clothes. Like I get it, this makes so much sense, you know, like even just having different races of women, and it's just like, oh, it makes sense she would like this, or like, you know, things like that. So it's just like I base it off of me, but there's a relatability in it, you know? So I think that even lets me know, like, you really are in tune with your feminine side, and, you know, it's not too, like, because sometimes people feel like, you know, when men design it, it's just like, you don't understand a woman, or you know what I'm trying to say? And, like, no, I really understand women, and, like, it shows, so... Yeah, and just even also being around women, it also helps my design process as well. Like a lot of my women friends, they inspire me, you know, just seeing what they wear, what they go for. Or they care about how the cleavage looks. And I also realize the cleavage is the star of the show. Any garment, the neckline is like there. But I went off on a rant, but yeah.
No, that's fine. Talk your shit. I feel like, because masculinity to me, it's so boring and drawn out. Like, the fun is in the femininity.
And I feel like I'm a man. Like, I don't have to, like, play in my masculinity, because I'm just like, I'm already like a man. So like, why not just like, femininity is something it's something to explore for me. You know?
Right. So can you take us through creating, like when you're designing a collection, like what's your creative process look like? How do you like, okay, I want to do this look, but I have to make other looks to make it kind of cohesive. Like, what does that look like for you?
You ever seen that meme of like SpongeBob in a dark corner, like shaking, like that's how it looks. That's how it looks. It's very much so like I make something, I hate it, I move on to the next thing, then I go back to this thing. You know, it's very much so like and they just so happen to be cohesive. Like right now, I'm working on a collection, and it's like. Okay, we made this piece. I love this piece, but I'm like, I want to go back here and do something. And I always, in another process, I always make sure I do an embellished piece. Or I always add that spin on it. But it's really just more so like, okay, like what is the girl I want to convey, and like how we're gonna go for this story, you know? And I make a sample. I try it on. I see how it looks on myself. If I hate it, I love it. Sometimes I just hate it, and it gets archived. But then all of a sudden, somebody wants to pull something, and then I have that piece I made that I never wanted to do something with, and it ends up on like someone like
I
like
love
even
that
happened with Megan Thee Stallion, like the tie-dye dress I made that 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
I made it for myself. I hate it. I just didn't think about it. I just threw it back in the closet. And then I remember one day I like dyed it orange and pink, and I was like, it needs something else. Like I get extra like, oh, I need to have a belt, a chain, a loop, and a coupe, and then I'm just like, and they hit me up and I sent the picture just like that. I'm like, it's not done. They're like, no, we love it just like that. And then like, and I'm just like, are you serious right now? Like, I need to add something to it. Like, I don't know. So
that
like,
is so affirming.
yes,
so affirming.
it's because I have so many pieces where I make them and I just put them in the back of my mind, So like, I don't even like when I don't even think when I create collections, I don't think linear. I kind of just make a piece, like, depending on the girl I am today, and then if it makes the cut, it makes the cut. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I just create as I go, like, each and every day. Like, it's really just, like, I had this conversation with myself where, like, I'm just going to live, love, and swag. Like, just have fun and, like, see how I feel this day and see how I feel the next day. I never think of cohesion because I'm not cohesive at all. One day I'm boho chic, the next day I'm super preppy and girly, then the next day I'm super femme, rose lace. So it's just, but then I think it's just adding, my aesthetic naturally shows through my clothes, so then it all makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you like, are you like a hands-on designer? Like you just like use your hands and like come up with things? Do you sketch or?
I don't even sketch.
Really? No. You just feel it?
That's
a special talent.
Yeah, for real. It will be in my mind and I would just be like, okay. Think about it a few days. I'm working on my orders. I'm still like, oh, I want to make this. Like I'm working on like a fur vest right now. And I'm like, I want to make a fur vest. And then I just get out my pieces and I just start pinning on the mannequin, having fun, pinning it on different, putting it on me, putting it on the breastplate, and then like, okay, like we got this top. What's the bottom gonna be? Then what's the shoe? But yeah, I don't even sketch. I try so hard to sketch and like mood board, but it just doesn't work for me. Like I sometimes be like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna sketch. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I do, but 99% of the time I just be just playing around, making things and having fun, listening to music and jamming, and it's like, okay, this is a new piece, what's up? Like, like, and then sometimes I tell myself, like, I think it's even me reeling myself back. I'm like, no, this needs to be, you have to have a plan, you need to do this, and it's like, no,
there's
girl,
no rules.
That's the thing,
yeah,
and like, that's my biggest, there's no rules. If I wanted to sell a cheeseburger panty tomorrow, it would be cheeseburger panties tomorrow, like, and y'all gonna get in line because I realize, I feel like as a designer, you set the tone, and then everybody, kind of not falls in line, but it's like, this is the piece, and you as a designer have to be like, this is it.
Right.
Yeah, so.
That's a note to take because I was so gagged when I found out that Raph Simmons, he does not sketch.
Yeah.
Like he has a thought or a vision in his head and he'll like sell it to a sketcher, but he just speaks out what he sees, and like he's one of the greatest designers that people, flock after. So again, there's really no rules to your creativity. It's your process. It's what you're putting out in the world. It's your art. It belongs to you. So you can go about it whatever way you want.
And I think a big thing with me is it has to look organic.
Yeah.
I hate when my designs are too like symmetrical. It's this, the piece. No, it needs to feel like a little, like it went through something.
Yeah.
Or like it like, why does it fall? Like, how did you even think it's organic? I love an organic design process. I hate thinking too much. No,
absolutely. Fashion creative and influencer Karina Chan asked, how would you describe your style in 3 words?
Hi, Karina. Oh, this is so hard for me. I hate to be like glamorous, sexy, chic. Like I want to give y'all something different. Passionate. I would definitely say passionate. And I have to say sexy. Like that's like the core of everywhere. I always have to feel sexy when I wear something. I cannot feel like just no. So passionate, sexy, and fuck it, glamorous. Yeah,
yes. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm glamorous, and like even I love feeling. I even be watching Life in the Fab Lane with Kimora, and I just love how.
Oh my gosh.
She embraced. It's fabulous. It's like that was her word. She made it. It's fab. Like
where do you watch that at?
I watch it on YouTube.
Okay, I'm gonna have to clock in and find it.
It's on YouTube.
I haven't seen it in years.
Oh, I binge watch it.
Yes, but your personal style is very much cunt.
Yeah.
So, what are some brands besides your own that are kind of doing it for you right now?
Roberto Cavalli. I realized that a few days ago. Like honestly, I'm a Roberto Cavalli fan. I love how he speaks to women, and I love just everything he makes. I was scrolling and I was looking at. I'm like, why do I love all these Roberto Cavalli pieces? The leopard, the florals, the mixing of the patterns. I feel like he's always just done it for me.
I'm going to pause you because I just got butterflies. Because my next question is, and I'm going to show you. I see remnants of Roberto Cavalli and Versace in your work.
Yes.
So let's go to this
that
question.
That makes sense.
Yes. So who are some designers that inspire your work? So Roberto Cavalli is one. Well, let's talk about Roberto for a moment. Because Roberto is also, when he passed, I went down like a deep dive on like just learning more about him because Aaliyah is one of my biggest fashion inspirations.
Hair inspiration too. Oh my goodness.
And she did not play about Roberto Cavalli.
Wow, really?
Like that was one of her favorites. And I went, that took me to a deep dive to her stylist. I think his name is, I forget her stylist's name. But he was saying how he built that relationship with Roberto Cavalli.
Wow.
He was like, they were, I think, in Italy, and he went in the store and got some pieces for her. They saw it on her, and then they wanted to like work with her.
Continue to, yeah.
Yes, but he was kind of a designer who it didn't make sense to people.
Yeah, wow, really? I didn't know that, really.
Yeah, like, because he would throw a leopard print with the zebra.
Yeah, and people were like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Like, he started elastic denim. Like, we would not have stretch denim if it wasn't for Roberto Cavalli. So he's really like a very iconic designer, but again, it goes back to like no rules. Like, he couldn't sketch that out.
No.
Like, he had to like feel the fabrics and figure out, well, I can make this denim
stretchy.
Like,
and I had to put the groundwork to figure out how to make the denim stretchy.
Right. And now that's a staple.
You know, because so many women need stretch denim. Bodies, hips, it's rigid. So back to even, he understood women.
Yeah.
We need some stretch denim to fit the booty, and get it right. So, yeah. Oh, my God. I'm going home with different women. I did not know that. People didn't understand him and get that.
They didn't get him at all. Okay. But, sorry to interrupt, but going back to... So, brands that are doing it for you, Roberto Cavalli. Who's some other brands that are doing it for you?
I love Poster Girl. I love what Poster Girl's doing, and I think they're
having so much fun. I could see that, like...
I'm waiting for that.
I can see the two worlds colliding so easily.
Like, please, that's another dream I'm manifesting. I would love to collaborate with Poster Girl.
Yeah.
Love what Poster Girl's doing. What's another brand? I gotta think about this. Yeah, give me a second.
Take your time.
Actually, can I mention an old brand that I love?
Any brand.
Do you guys remember? Well, I think they're the blondes now, but Heatherette. Like back, I used to love Heatherette.
I met Richie Rich.
Oh my goodness.
And I was so gagged because I feel like, you know how sometimes you meet people and they just don't know who they are. And I was like, you are Richie Rich. He's like, yeah, but I'm like, ain't no but. Like, you really set the tone. Like,
oh my God. Like, I loved what they, even just when they did the collab with Mac and just like the color, even My Sweet 16. Like, if you were that girl, you had the red dress with the tutu and the spray paint. Like, love that culture, love that brand. I love the blondes, and I love Heatherette. That's another brand.
So that, I guess that kind of goes into the same question of who are some designers that inspire you.
Yeah,
kind of the same.
And what's another designer that inspires me? I want to think do I have any other designers that inspire me? Yeah, no, like I've been in a Roberto Cavalli bag.
Yeah, stay in that bag because I mean, it's a lot in there.
And it's like, also inspires me. They go through eras. I see. Oh, he loved animal print this time. Or like, oh, you were going earthy. You were using a lot of stuff. I just loved it because it makes me like, okay, like I could release this piece that has nothing to do with nothing, but like it's an era in time, and like you could even go back. Like it could be archival, and it could make sense for a girl who is that girl. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah.
Absolutely. You make most, if not all of your designs from Dextop fabrics and antique finds. Why is it important that sustainability is a huge part of your brand?
I think more so for me, it's just I hate things that are mass produced.
Yeah.
I love the feeling that you dug and you found it and you made it into something. Like I always feel like I'm just on a hunt for treasure, and I find this one piece of scarf and this one necklace somewhere, and like, it ties all together into the bigger picture. I love exclusivity, and I love uniqueness. I love niche. I love things that are niche. And
niche is the key word, okay?
Niche, thank you. I love things that are niche. I love where I hate things that you could find anywhere. I love things that are special, and it just like little trinkets and things like that. So I think for me more so it's just, and I love vintage because it tells a story and it has a story.
Yeah.
And once it's on a garment, it kind of adds to the story. Like I could find an old grandma blouse and cut it up and do everything, but it still has that old like that glamour to it. So for me, sustainability is more so just like you find it's special, it's one of a kind, it's for you. It's not just something that's just thoughtless and it's just pumped out. That's even the kind of the structure of my brand. It's very thoughtful. Even my customers and the purchases is so thoughtful. It's so special, and they come at the right times, and they're like, it just makes sense all the time, you know. I'm never just throwing out a dress. I'm never just putting safety pins on a dress and just throwing it out, you know.
Right.
I take my time, because it's funny, whenever you buy an embellished dress, I tell you to tell me about yourself. So it's so fun to see the girls. They be like, oh, I'm a mom, I just had a kid, but this is my comeback, you know. So like, I love things that are special.
Yeah.
Specialty.
Yes. What are your favorite materials to work with?
I love anything stretch, just because it's forgiving, honestly. I love span. I love lace. Oh my God, was I not gonna say lace?
Yeah.
Lace. That is like the fabric
You do amazing things with lace.
One of one. I love lace. I love lace. That's the material I love to work with. Love work with.
So when it comes to sustainability and mass production, all of those things, as your brand continues to grow and like you get more inquiries about getting your brand, like how are you going to manage the influx of interest being sustainable?
And what I think would be next was to hire a few seamstresses.
Yeah.
I don't want to take it to the factory. I don't want to have to get a pattern made, and because also I hate that, because like I hate selling on the design. Like, people don't understand, like when you do manufacturing, you have to be committed to that design.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost money to bring you to that design. No.
Yeah.
I want to use a couple seamstresses. I'm gonna have to step up in that role of being the boss, you know, and just managing, because I always want to be at the spearhead of my brand, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would definitely be just hiring a few seamstresses, getting a studio, because now I just have an apartment, but I have like a room for my designing. But just to get a real studio where I can meet people and a couple seamstresses and just me.
Yeah.
And we just figuring it out, having fun and creating.
Is that scary for you?
Yes, it is very scary. But it's like, it can't be because like, even I have a huge, like, just even now the demand is huge, and I've been handling it in my room. Like, before I moved in my room, like with a roommate, literally a slab of room, like literally drowning in clothes and jewelry. And I still found a way to just like manage it and like never like drown, even when I had to like ship out 3 orders in a day and I've only made 1 dress. And I've just like I'm an all-nighter queen, and just pulling all-nighters, getting shipped out the next day. I would have been overwhelmed, you know, because like I've got the exposure, but I think with me it's just knowing I can do it. Yeah. And I think that I feel like now I know anything is possible. You know, that the fact that I can do this all myself lets me know that I'm limitless, and I'm so powerful if I put my mind to something. So I always feel like I'm up for the challenge, even though I can act like, oh, I'm scared. I'm this is not scared. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready, you know?
Okay.
So.
Absolutely. I feel like I just started my brand, and I'm starting like very low key with like t-shirts and just like very like trinket things. But I'm very hands on with it, where it's just like, I take it to the screen printer and I watch them print it to make sure they're doing it the right size and all of these things. I take it to the embroiderer to make sure they're embroidering it the right way. And a lot of people are like, why don't you just send it off? And it's just kind of like, that scares me. Yeah. It scares me to not be hands on. Like, because I feel like I don't want to. I'm very big on energy. Yeah. If I'm designing something, I'm making something, and it's making it for somebody else, like I want the energy to come directly from me. Yes. And I want to feel good about giving this to somebody else. Yeah. It's just,
you want to touch it before you ship it out.
Exactly.
Like, so you want to see it in the progress, you know, because you don't know what's going to that customer.
Absolutely. Speaking of getting bigger, your brand is getting bigger and bigger as the day grows. And as we know in fashion, the bigger the brand get, the more people try to copy. And I have seen more than a few copies of your work. But I'm going to get into this one particular one, and we calling names today. So, not too long ago, Chinese Kitty and her team tried to replicate your design. And it looked to me like they were trying to, like, copy it off as their own. And how did that make you feel as a designer? And how did you handle that? And how do you handle, like, the replicas of it all?
Oh, you know, so that's, like, my biggest... I would say that's my hugest thing, like, to this day. Like, it's replicas. When it happened with them, I felt so small. I felt like, oh my God, like, is he might gonna know this is me? Like, this one is big, so, you know, like, I just felt so, and then a week later, Cardi B wore it. So that solved that problem, you know. But also with her wearing it, came like when I tell you no lie, every day I log on the internet, I see a dupe.
Yeah,
I see a dupe.
I see them often.
You know, and I always have to, because at first I'm just gonna call my mom. I'm like, Mom, I'm so fucking mad. Like, why can't nobody be original? And you know, anything worth something is gonna be knocked off, and it also lets me like. I don't feel like I never really understood it. I never understood the cycle of fashion until I started getting knocked. So that's how I started getting, because like even like, you know, people knocked off those Balenciaga boots. Yeah. Like, you know, like the bag, you know. So it's and even when people are like doing projects, you have a mood board. You have references, you know. So I as mad as I want to be at somebody replicating, I'm like, it's a part of the game, and not only for me, it's a big. Whenever I see it, because it's a big difference. Yeah, from the clients, from the girls who wear it to the girls who wear my things, from the details. So like, I never get too mad because I'm like, it always looks a mess. I'm gonna be just real. I'm like, I'd be like, ew, like, but I'd be like, ew, like, girl, why are you doing this? Like, this is a mess. But you know, it's a part of the food chain, and it really just keeps me on my toes. Yeah. Because every time I make a dress, I always go that extra 10 miles to make sure it looks nothing like a replica. Yeah. But how do I handle it? I'm learning to just be like, I should be honored. I'm inspiring the girls. Yeah, you are. You know, like, and it's like so many people act like they're the mood board or they're the inspo, but like it gives me, not gonna lie, I'll be like, yeah, y'all looking at what I do. Exactly. You know, like I'm the mood board, I'm the inspo.
And y'all zooming in on the pictures, I can tell.
You taking elements of what I did, and I be mad because it's so lame to just knock something off and then try to sell it and make money from it. But it's like, you know what? Do your thing, because I'm only gonna elevate, keep going, and keep just focus. I really can't look at it. I try not to like focus too much on dupes, because I'm just like, I get mad and I start like just doing the most. So it's just like I think the best thing is just to like move forward. Like, let's just keep going, and you know, it makes me appreciate the girls who purchase and spend with me more. And it's like, even another thing about the price. You know, so many people complain about my price. Like, who do you think you are? You're not Gucci. I am. You know,
and I'm doing all of this by my hand.
You know, and it's like, I feel like I am. Like, if you spend that on that, you can spend that on this. You know, like I've that's another big thing with me. I really stand firm on my price, my quality, and what I put into my garments, because that's my everything. You know, like I hold myself at this standard, and like I hold my brand at this standard. I would be a disrespect to any other customer I had before, any celebrity. Like, it would be a disservice to just even bring myself to acknowledge a knockoff. Right. You know, like, that's just like knocking me a few notches down, because it had never been no A-list bad bitch. Like, you know, it's always like a Z, D, F, H-I-J, K, L, M, no P. So, you know, like, I always have to remember to hold my head high and hold myself to the standard, you know, and to keep moving forward. But it's annoying, and I never knew it could be that annoying until like I actually experienced it. But I just be like, oh, whatever, like, girl.
Yeah. I mean, again, they say imitation is a form of flattery, but it still does not take away from you being pissed.
Oh, like, I'd be pissed, but I've never been.
Especially in this situation, because I read your statement when you released it, they reached out to you beforehand. So it's just kind of like, what's really going on here?
Oh, my, and that was like, I think that was the first time I really got like fucked over by a stylist. Like that, I never stylist. It's very graceful. I never had a stylist gonna make a knockoff, but that threw me off guard. But I think I'm glad I experienced that, because it made me like just always. You never know what's gonna happen. You know, just it helped me build a stronger backbone, and to also speak on it. Yeah, you know, because if it's worth speaking on, I'm gonna speak on it. You know, and it's like, look what that brought. You know, so it really caught me off guard, but like I said, anything's possible. Like you said, like how we say, it's no rules in fashion. There's really no rules. You know, there's no protection for creative integrity. And that's the biggest thing in fashion. Somebody can totally replicate what you make and do it at a cheaper price, but like, it's just back to saying there's no rules. So like, let's get it, let's go. Like, what's up? I'm with all the smoke. You know, if you copy me, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna always do it 10 times better. And it's like, it lets me know, like, okay, let's keep giving these looks off. Like, makes me get in my bag even more though.
Because one thing about a dupe is I've already done it.
Yeah.
So I'm on to the next thing while you knocking off my old shit. You know?
And that'd be my thing. Like, why am I even like trying to, like, I'm not in no rat race with a dupe. Like, ew. So it just lets me like, yeah, like let's turn it up a notch. Yeah. And that's always it always helps me turn it up a notch. So I can't lie, I'd probably be stagnant if I was just like, if I didn't have dupes, I didn't care, I would make me mad. But like, it kind of helps me elevate, because I see it pisses me off, and I'm like, okay, we gotta we got to figure out something, you know.
Absolutely.
Like, so to give them a challenge, give the dupes a challenge.
Okay.
And I love when they like be trying to copy the new elements. I be like, girl, and I be like, I blocked you. I be the first to block. I be like, how? And it's like, of course, like I can't control like burner pages. I don't know what. So it's just like I said, I just got to get a grip and be like whatever. But like still, I still be blocking. So
yeah, as you should.
you know, like you're not about to
stop playing with me. Like, please.
Ooh.
Who was your first celebrity placement?
Oh, ooh, is it? Okay.
It's been quite a few.
That's what I'm saying. You know, okay, so my first influencer placement was Tiana Parker.
Okay.
Tiana Parker she was the first girl to wear an embellished dress. She got it there. My first celebrity placement, I would have to say SZA.
That's a hell of a first placement.
I think it was SZA. I think SZA was the first like big major like
the shirt.
The stylist, like she was an assistant, but she was doing her own styling gig in New York, and she was like, "Oh, like, did you see she wore it?" I'm like, "She wore it?" Because I remember they reached out to Pool, and I just gave them options, but I didn't think nothing of it. I mean, because you know, with Pools, like you can never get your hopes too high. I hate to say it, but it's so true.
You never know,
you know, and I still be disappointed because I get some banging pulls, even custom requests that it just sometimes doesn't work out. But you know, I just was like, okay, like she wears it cool. I didn't put too much effort into it. I didn't think nothing. Then she showed me her wearing. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then the video came out, and I just remember being on a whole nother level of high. And I think if it wasn't her, it was Sabrina Claudio.
Another great placement.
I think those low key came at the same week.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like I never forget the feelings I've had, and but it's so funny because with celebrity pools, you feel like this, and then you know, like it goes back to just like normal life, and you're just waiting for the next thing. But I remember like one of my friends told me, like, remember, you're the moment, and it's never what's really going on. You got to remember that it's always within you know. So I try not to get like too just like attached, but it's just like it feel good when you get a good celebrity in a brand and it makes sense.
As
She's wearing the piece you want to push, so.
And she's worn it like in everyday life. Like she wore it in a video and she likes it for her everyday wardrobe. So she really fucks with the brand. So what's more important, or not what feels better because it's both important, but what impacts you more? Streetwear moments or like moments that'll be archived forever, like videos and photo shoots and things like that? Like what impacts you the most?
Video things that can be archived. Like I could always go on YouTube and watch Cardi's B video enough. Yeah. And look at the boots I made and remember that forever. Yeah. You know, like even if I'm feeling down or I'm feeling low, like I could go on YouTube and see that, and that would just give me all the reassurance I need. Or looking at even photo shoots, magazines, spreads, you know. But like, don't get me wrong, the streetwear moments, that's what makes the brand. Yeah. Because they buy, you know. And it's like when the celebrities are doing what they do, having a loyal clientele is what really will hold you down. And that's really what I appreciate. And I always make sure I have a good relationship with my customers and my clients. You know, I never want to be too high up in the clouds. So like, they both are so important, but it's like the archival things, you know, it's kind of for me a sigh of relief. Yeah. It lets me know I'm here and I made it. Yeah. You know, like
and you're gonna be here forever.
You know,
it's gonna last forever.
Yes, and it's like, and it does, you know. So I think that's more of the difference. But like the streetwear is like, that's where the real trends start. Yeah. You know, there was so many girls wearing an embellished dress before any celebrity did, you know. And I remember like when people were talking about the whole Chinese kitty thing, they were like, there's so many fashion girls in Brooklyn who have been wearing this dress like before, you know. And there's been like so many bad bitches in Harlem, Brooklyn, who wear my clothes and who really set the tone, you know. Then it goes, but yeah, like that's my heart right there, you know. It's like, and even when somebody said it, I'm like, you're so right. Like so many bad bitches like who actually live in New York, just regular girls, have bought it and worn it. You know, to me, that means more than anything because that shows you're a part of culture. Yeah. You know, just as much as the celebrity pools, I think they both just let you know like it's a culture behind this brand. Yeah. So absolutely. Speaking of the Enough video, I was at I went to Trappy Hour in Harlem. Which is Thursday night, and I was going home in an Uber. It was like probably 1 or 2 o'clock, and
the clips was coming down my screen. Let me go watch the video. I see the whole embellished moment, and like my heart started fluttering. I was like, let me go to Jordan's Instagram, because again, I be seeing the dude. So let me go to Jordan's Instagram. And I saw, and I was like, oh my God. Like, and then you gave us a little bit more of like how that moment happened. So can you walk us through that process? Like, did Colin call you and like, I have this idea? Like, how did that whole thing happen?
So it's actually funny. I released a shoe. It's called an ornament sandal. It's a sandal with a bunch of jewelry on it. And back to, like I said, my streetwear moments, a client bought it. And she's like, can I do a boot instead? Like, can I do a booty? Like an embellished booty? And I'm like, okay, sure. Made the embellished booty, posted it. And then his assistant reached out to me. And they're like, hey, we need these for a Cardi B video. I see my eyes linking up. I'm like, what in the fuck? And I was like, oh, okay, like for sure. Like, and then
so how much of a deadline, how much time did you have?
That was a good one. I had like a week or so. Ooh, and but the thing is, what I respect about them is they actually bought a Balenciaga boot, had it wrapped in fabric, and sent it to me. Okay. To make it easier for me, because you can't pierce leather, So like they sent the boot to me. I remember the boots were so heavy, and I remember I worked on them like one boot at a time. I would put one boot in my room, and I would just start and I loved them because they gave me freedom. They were like, we want a bunch of charms. Because sometimes we were celebrities like, can we see a picture? Like, we want this here and this, and it's just like that makes it so much harder. But like, I love when I get the freedom. They gave me the freedom. I made the boots. I just back and forth for a week, just like, and I don't even know if it even was a week, because I remember they reached out to me first and they were like, we're still confirming creative stuff. Like, we'll get back to you. Then like the week after that, they were like, okay, we want to do the boots. We're gonna send you the boots, and that was that. And they asked for updated pictures like here and there, but like I would just be like, okay, like, pull up an updated picture. But and then I remember I shipped them off, and then it was out of my hands. And like, even back to, I still didn't know, because it's like they could get on set and it doesn't work. But and it got on set, it worked, and they paid me well. And I love that about that they pay, and it's like that is also, that's so much more rewarded than a pool. It's actually like, you paid me for my time.
A custom.
This is actually a custom piece.
Yeah. And speaking of custom pieces, let's hit it to after hours. I love the leather and lace belted bustier.
Thank you.
So how did that moment with Kalani happen?
Oh my, it's so funny. I made that bustier for myself.
Okay.
I already made it. It was already made. I made it for myself. I was like, oh, I loved it. Like, I wanted to do something with the belts, like take it to the next level. Made it for myself. Like I said, never wore it. Didn't like how it looked on me. Pictures archived. And then her stylist hit me up, and I love Brianna. Her stylist Brianna. They hit me up, and they wanted to pull, and they pulled it, and then they were just like, she loves your pieces. Can we hold on for another week? And I was like, sure. And I seen the video, and I'm like, oh, that's what she wore. I'm like, I love it. I was so excited because I also feel like I feel like that was perfect for Kehlani. Yeah, it was. It was glamorous, but it also had that grunge to it. And I feel like she embodied it perfectly, just back to another brand and building the brand's identity and getting the right girls in the brand. I feel like that also just, it tied to my story. Yeah. And it made more sense, Like, I love Kehlani. I love her tattoos. Like me, I'm a tattooed up girl. So, like, it just to even see her in, like, a piece and it still gives, like, glamour, grunge, and sexy. It just made me excited. But yeah, no, that was a fab moment. I was so happy that happened.
I love that she wore it during like the choreo, so you can see it move
you see the movement and stuff. Like that. And the thing with those pieces, like, I didn't know how that functioned. So I was just like, well, I don't,
it was moving, baby.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, I love a good stylist who knows how to make it work, because a lot of my pieces are experimental. It's like, you're not going to just put it on and figure it out. You know, you got to kind of put it on and kind of add your swag to it and finesse it a little bit.
That's what I love about it. That's what I love about Issa Miyake too. Yeah. Like, when you put on the Issa Miyake piece, it is to be worn on you and adapt to your personality and your body. And I feel like your pieces do the same thing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Absolutely. A lot of people think that once celebrities like wear your clothes, that it leads to like all of these tons of sales. Yeah. For you as a business owner and a designer, how has celebrities wearing your pieces impacted your business as far as financially?
Yeah, it gives you the exposure you need to reach more clients, but that's if they even tag you. So, it's definitely helped me financially. It's definitely given my brand the leverage and the groundwork that it needed to be the brand it is. But it's not just like, oh, celebrity wears your clothes and you're gonna be like a millionaire the next, you know, like it's just like they wear your clothes and it's just like I said, they could tag you or they can't tag you, and sometimes even with music videos they can't tag you in a music video,
right?
Like they'll never know that's your piece. So like what I do is I go on Twitter. And then like if the day I drop a piece, like even the day Megan wore that dress, I was like at about 2 a.m. I seen a picture video on Twitter where I'm like, oh, dressed by me, quoted it, boom, thousands of likes, you know. So I think it's you gotta. It's still work. You gotta be in the streets on Twitter. You gotta stay in the moment. You gotta like hop on it while it's hot. Even with Cardi B's boots, I jumped on the tweet. Some girls like, oh, I love this look. I said, oh, by me, you know, and it gives me traction. And so I still have to fight for that traction, you know. So I think what the good thing about the celebrities, they're gonna get the look off right and look amazing in it, and that's what really sells it, you know, like. Them embodying the dress and wearing the dress and like, you know, doing it. But the cool thing with Cardi was when she first put her embellished dress, I DM'd her like, hey, can you please tag me? She was like, I got you.
That's what I love.
She was so cool, and she
because if Rihanna can do it, the rest of you hoes can do it. And she tags everybody from the last check to the damn person tying her shoes.
And that's why I'm like, I get so appalled when some of the girls don't want to tag. I'm like, are you like? I literally Cardi tagged me without. I barely even had to ask her. And,
right.
Know? And then she followed me after that. I was
especially if it's a pool.
Yeah. Like y'all better tag, girl. Like, and it's just like, oh my, I love when they do. But like I said, like that's never promised. You know, like you could fight for as much as you want, but like I say, go on Twitter, quote a tweet with it, find it, stay in the streets, you know, post it. You gotta let them know you made it. Yeah. And that's the thing, because sometimes as a designer you can kind of go behind the shadows and it could just be a good look. You gotta let them know that Jordon Willis made this look. You know, like I said, every day I'm fighting for mine. So
as you should. If you could design looks for 5 people dead or alive, who would they be?
Marilyn Monroe. I would definitely love to do a look with Marilyn Monroe. Little Kim, absolutely. I was still to this day. Okay, too. Who else would I would love? Eve. I would love to. I would love to do, especially back in the day when she had her pixie and she was just so grunge but sexy. Like
I feel like she just don't get enough of.
Oh, she doesn't. She doesn't. No, because it's like I just like present day. I'm like, who? Like I'm like, where did this girl go? Yeah. When I see her now, I'm like, who is this lady? Yeah. Like you know, so but like I'm still attached to like the old Eve. So like even like I would do Eve. Who else would I do? I would love to do a look for Dolly Parton too.
Oh, that would
right. I would love to do a Dolly. I would love to have a Dolly moment. Where am I? One. I said who am I? Third one, right? Yeah.
You're on your fourth.
Oh, fourth. Okay, my last one.
No, hold on. You said.
I said
Little Kim, Marilyn Monroe, Dolly Parton, Eve.
Yeah, fourth. So my last one. I wanted. Who would I? Because I've also had these thoughts.
I have one in particular, but I want to know if you're gonna say it or not.
Who? I would definitely another girl. I would love to dress. I'm still thinking. I would say Britney Spears, but like. Ooh. Yeah, I would definitely do a look for her or in Faith Evans. Let me slide that in there too.
Yes,
and Missy. Yes. I would love to dress Missy. That would be like fun. Like I would be very fun. You know, like I would love that.
When I was researching you, you mentioned this a bit, but it's one of the inspirations. But I can see you doing a runway look for RuPaul.
Yes,
that would eat down so bad.
I tell you, I am upset. Like that's one person I look up to. I look up to RuPaul. I love what he's done, what he's doing, and he just even the drag, the androgyny, and just when RuPaul gets to RuPaul, like it's so con. Yeah. And it's sickening. Like, oh my, and he sells it. That's and that's the thing that I love about RuPaul most. Like he sells it. You don't know if that is a man or a woman for real, you know. And I think that's what I look at myself as, where some people don't even know, you know. When it's just like I love that, where it's like, bitch, because you giving it, you know, like, because you really falling into it. The makeup look good, like, you know, you carry it all well.
You can't box me in.
Yeah. Oh my God, but that would be so legendary. That would be so honorary, and I feel like that will come soon.
I think so too. If not RuPaul, it definitely want some of like the top drag girls are going to be knocking for sure. I could definitely see you being the next designer that Marc Jacobs called for a Heaven collab. Would you be open to collaboration with other brands? We talked about Poster Girl earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, it just would have to make sense, and it would just have to be right. And I think that's another thing that I need to work on is my business. I need to work on how to even negotiate stuff like that. I wouldn't even know like the first thing, you know? So like I'm still like there where it's like I'm still learning how to even run a business, you know? Yeah. But love to do things like that. But I say even get a lawyer. You know, and that's even like a thing. So I
would
love
a learning process.
You know, and it's like I'm the only person in my family who is doing this. So it's like nobody's there to teach me, you know. So like I have to kind of just teach myself. So
yeah. It's coming. Yes. I mean, the fact that you know you need it, it's
yeah, you know, coming. Like just to even admit to a weakness at first, you know?
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. Most brands have that one entry item, like TFR, entry item is the bag. What would you say is going to be Jordon Willis's entry item?
Fishnet embellished dress. Yeah, the tank set and the dress. Like, that's my money makers. Them is those. That's the bread and butter for real. Like, that's where I see a lot of my money. Like, a lot. Like, that's
the tank is definitely on my wish list.
You know, like, that's a staple. Like, that's definitely the entryway. You want to know about me? Take a look at it. And that's the copy thing. That's the copy thing. But yeah, definitely my embellished pieces. Like, that's definitely the entryway. But when you dive deeper, it's so many more pieces, things.
Absolutely. I see that the brand is spreading its wings more each day with each look. So for some future endeavors for Jordon Willis, I feel like lingerie and jewelry would just like make sense. So what's going to come natural to the brand as far as other things you have planned?
You know, it's so funny. In my new place, I live right next to a lingerie store.
Really?
So it's a big one. It's crazy. And I love going in there and finding pieces. But I think what's next for me would definitely be more like jewelry. I want to get into accessories and shoes a lot. I want to do things like that. But I also want to incorporate beauty and aesthetics more because I love makeup. I love doing makeup. I'm still learning how to do hair, make wigs and things like that. But I want to like eventually, like when I start shooting my models and things, I want to do their own makeup. I want to do their own hair. I wanted to tell a story. I want it to make sense. I want people to let the people know.
My wheels are turning. I cannot wait for us to make this happen.
Yeah, you know, because you know, it's funny. I actually used to like that was like a side hustle for me. I used to like do makeup on the side and like get paid for that. Like whenever like designing was slow, but you know, like doing makeup and hair and just like really just making it all make sense for my brand, you know. And it's just like it's just more than clothes, but it's just glamour and it's a feeling and it's an essence overall. So what I'm really working on is just making Jordon just an overall thing, you know. And it's just like but it's like it's already there. People already know my aesthetic. People already know me. They get me when they see it. They know that's Jordon. People send me. I remember my first time ever watching. You know the movie Death Becomes Her. Somebody's like, I feel like you would love the clothes in that movie. Like I feel like it's so you. And I watched the movie. I'm like, oh my god. Like thank you for putting me onto this. So it's like I love even when people suggest things for my aesthetic. So it lets me know that it's making sense. But I just want to keep even doing that. You know. So yeah.
Okay. Is there a runway show in the future? Is that something you would like to do?
It's something I would like to do, but I wouldn't do it until it's right. It has to be right. And I need to figure out like funding and things like that because I want to like if it's giving Jordon runway, it's giving Jordon Willis runway.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, in the future, but for now y'all gonna get my pieces. We're gonna keep it cute, but I definitely want to do an in-person experience, but it has to be perfect. And I need a team, you know. So eventually, when I start building my team and like it makes sense, then but
I'm here for that. I really see like because the American girls get it, but I feel like Berlin Fashion Week. I feel like the city has like that grunge, that Jordon Willis with that glamour. I feel that would be the perfect place to do like an in-person,
thing. But you know, and it's crazy because I even have international customers. Like I've gotten customers.
How is that?
It's just hard with the shipping labels. But
it's so expensive.
Yeah, but I remember I had some people from like Japan. I've had people from Australia, people from Canada, and they buy it. But it's like it's getting it through customs without it costing. That's like I learned. Like I have friends who are stylists who are like, oh, you just she told me some label way you do it, but like just learning things like that along the way, you know, because I've shipped the custom out and she had to pay for the custom. And she was pissed and like we had to go back and forth, but I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure it out, you know. So like that's even another aspect of running a business where it's just like, oh my goodness, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't know this was gonna happen.
I had
no
idea. I shipped an order to London.
Okay.
And the fucking shipping and the custom was actually more than the product that they bought.
That happened to me too, and she's like, I'm not paying this.
You know, like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's shit crazy. But it's just like I'd be so honored, like somebody, because I love London. Like that's why I want to do. That's like my dream.
Yeah,
to live in. So it's just like I'm honored, but damn,
I didn't even know customs was a thing. You
Me
know,
either. Like,
and you think like a t-shirt, you think like that could just slide through, and it's like no.
Yeah, no.
They want their money too.
All of it, okay. All of it, okay. So with Jordon Willis, you're selling the customer a fantasy in your world of femininity and opulence. What are you hoping that this world takes you as an artist?
I'm hoping that it takes me, like, I want to be flown out to work on projects with other celebrities. I want to be able to do their hair and makeup, give them my outfit, or like, like they see my aesthetic, they want to work with it. I want to travel more, and I'm hoping that this lets me be able to travel more, and still I want to travel and make art.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this lets me travel more, make art, meet more like-minded people, and like really have a community based off of what I do. That's really what I really want for the future. And then like a nice penthouse,
Okay,
a nice cute car,
All of that.
and also being able to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And financially stable, and being able to take, and like I'm thankful that I can do that now. I'm able to take care of myself, and I'm able to live by myself in New York, and have my own apartment and have my own. But I want to continue that and expand on it more, So I'm only 26, so
it's coming.
But yeah, like I want my brand to bring it all to me,
And
that's why I put my all into my brand. I really, really do. Like it's a day in and out thing. It's every day I'm like, what's the shoe? What's the bag? Like, oh, what's the next piece we're making? Like, because that's my job. This is my full-time job. So it's just like every day I eat, sleep, breathe. Like I fashion. Every day it's a fashion show for me in my house, and like it's just.
And that's what people don't tell you. Like when you're like working for yourself, you don't get no day off. Like if you're not physically working on a product, you're thinking about it.
You're mentally thinking about it.
So it's just it's constant.
And it's like I tell you, I haven't had a break for years, But I'm thankful to not have a break, But like it's mentally, it's hard for me to kind of like pull back. I feel guilty.
I cannot turn it off.
No, I feel guilty. I'm like, girl, like, are you serious? You over here chilling? You could be making the next fucking boot of the century. Are you serious right now?
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, especially when you're passionate.
And you have to be strong. Yeah. You have to not let it, like, you can't succumb to it. Because, we put all this effort and things into projects, and sometimes they don't go how we want, but you have to learn how to, like, you can't let that defeat you.
Right.
You have to, like, I'm not afraid to show a bad look, even though I don't. But I'm not afraid to, like, I'm not afraid for people to not get it.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm still working on unlearning that and breaking through that. But yeah, it's a lot being creative and actually being like you said, being passionate about it. It's really it can take a lot on your mental health. So I always have to be strong and make sure that I'm good, and that I'm okay,
That's it. And it's like now you're like seizing your moments. So it's like times 10 now. Because you're like, you're chasing after these moments that are happening. And it's just like.
I make a top and I'll be like, oh my God, like SZA could wear this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, like
right.
I never know. Like
right.
And like the pulls I get, I'm like, oh my God. Like I remember I'm like, oh, you know who I am? I remember they wanted to pull for Mary J. Blige for me. And I'm like,
oh, they want to eat.
I'm like, Mary?
Which means that Misa knows who you are.
And I'm like.
Which ties it back to Lil' Kim.
And it's just like, even to get a pull request from Mary, I'm like,
yeah.
What? Are you, me?
Icon.
I'm like, she want to wear, like, so it just lets me, that's why I still, like I said, I'm always just, the gears keep going. Because it's like, not every day, like, we're in demand. It's just, I need the samples.
Yeah.
I don't be having samples a lot. I don't like if I can make them, I'll sell a sample. So like and not even that, sometimes like even the new pieces I make, they already purchased. So working on getting some more samples just so I can even have that moment, But just to know all these requests, I'm like, okay, so we're in demand, let's give the girls some stuff. And let's give them variety.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, all of that is coming because you're working hard. I literally see it every other day.
Thank you.
Every other day.
Yeah.
If it's not from me looking at your page, it's from somebody else wearing it.
Yeah.
I'm very, very proud of the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Honor again to have you here because the girls are on you.
Thank you for allowing me to tell my story.
Of course. Now we're back with Jordon in the city, and this is a game of this or that. I'm gonna ask you this or that. You can tell me the first thing that comes to mind. You can expand on it if you want. You can flip the question on me if you want.
Okay.
But yeah, don't think too hard about it.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay. Notorious KIM or hardcore?
Oh, I love hardcore. I do. But like, the Notorious K album cover eats.
Down.
She's like with the Notorious. What? Oh my! And then like also just Aunt Dot. Like
oh my gosh, my Aunt Dot left the Glock and the blood on the sheets. Told me clean the shit up.
Like
yes.
But I'm gonna have to go with Hardcore.
That's a good choice. That's a good choice.
Like, that's a classic. I could always bump Crush on You.
Absolutely.
But like, yeah.
Okay, Barbie or Bratz?
Bratz way more cuntier. Like the lips, the hair, like they like. You know, it's so funny. I always had this debate because I feel like Barbies are so like debutante. Like they have the slender, the long proportions. You know, like there's. Bratz ways to be like this thin. They got hips, you know. They have fillers in their lips, you know. I always wonder who made Bratz. I know Barbie made Barbara, but I feel like a man made Bratz.
Now I'm a research because I want to know.
I think a man did make.
That would make
Bratz,
sense,
you know.
They're very kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even like the accessories and like they just come with the full package.
Yes.
Even like in the box they have a neighborhood where they.
Oh my
from.
goodness.
Like, oh, this is cute as fuck.
And then no Bratz all the way.
Yeah, Harlem gays or Brooklyn gays?
Brooklyn.
Okay.
Because I've been a I don't know Harlem. I don't know Harlem at all. I've been in Brooklyn like all my time in New York. So like that's what I know. But yeah. So
it depends on the season.
Yeah.
Lace or leather?
Lace.
Okay. Garment district or online sourcing for materials?
Garment district. It's so funny because I try so hard to be buying stuff online, finding cool fabrics, but it's nothing like the feeling of being in the garment district, touching the fabric, bargaining, you know, them rolling it out, you're touching it. And also like, I just feel like the garment district is dying, guys. We have to support the garment district. So anytime I can, you know, I really try to support it and like shop for it in person because like some of my favorite stores I've seen close down, you know, but like garment
changing all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, the girls love Mood. Mood is all right, but it's just there's other stores that have closed down that really had that flavor.
Yes. Oh my, like because I feel like only time I go into Mood is if I need to know the name of fabric type. If I don't know what this fabric is called, I'll go to Mood and be like, can you, like, and they'll help you. Because like when you go to the store that's not Mood, it's you find it, you scavenge it up, you find it. But like you said, so much more good things outside of Mood. Oh my, I don't even go to Mood. I don't really shop there. Like,
it's very pricey too.
Yeah, that part, you know, but yeah, garment district all the way. It's the feeling, it's the essence. Even being in New York when the sun's setting, you're running around the garment district. I've had the moments all the time where it's like I'm working on a cool project I had in my mind. I'm like, oh, I got the lace. Okay, now I need to go find some fur. You know, just running around and seeing the sunset, being in New York. I'm just like, oh, like this is why I do it. You know. So
when I first moved to New York and I went to the garment district, it was very overwhelming at first.
Yeah,
so much, and you really don't know where to go. But I just had to like pop in the stores and see what they got.
Yeah,
talk to the people and feel the clothes and all of those things.
And it's also spread out around blocks. Like
yeah.
it is kind of confusing. It's like people think like no, you have to kind of like maneuver your way around it. You know,
you do.
I love it. Been always going to the garment district.
Sex in the City or Girlfriends?
Nah, why you do this to me? Girlfriends.
Period.
Girlfriends, honestly, yeah.
Okay, Jonah Tony.
You know, so I relate to Joan.
Really?
Yes, she is so just like neurotic and just like passionate and kooky, and it's just like I feel like Tony knows she that bitch. She got it going on. Like, you know, Joan, she represents the girls that are like, you know, like they got it going on, but they still figuring it out and like still so cunt and so she's so relatable because like you see her insecurities, you know, and I love that like it, you know, it shows up. So definitely Joan, definitely single, always just dealing with some man, like trying to figure like
always.
But also like I need to get that tone. I got that Tony in me too, you know? Okay, like for real. But
okay,
I like Joan. I feel like she's more relatable.
Yeah,
I feel like she's way more relatable.
Absolutely. Carrie or Samantha?
Carrie.
Same.
I love Carrie all the way. Same. Like I said, more relatable.
Yeah. Like
I feel like Samantha, like don't get me wrong, I love Samantha, but I feel like Carrie she's all the girls in one, and like you like I said, you see what she struggles with, you know, and like she seems it's just so much more real.
Pink or black?
Pink.
That was
pink.
That was fast.
Pink is my favorite color.
Okay.
Pink is my absolute favorite color.
So the next little round is who has the better style?
Oh no.
SZA or Lana Del Rey?
Lana Del Rey.
Okay. Little Kim or Eve?
Lil' Kim.
Lenny Kravitz or Dennis Rodman?
Lenny Kravitz.
Paris Hilton or Nicole Richie?
Paris Hilton. No, Nicole Richie.
Okay. Okay. What made the switch?
I've even thought about because doesn't she designed after that? Or am I tripping? Did she have House of Harlow? She had a brand called I like so niche, own flavor, own flair. I feel like Paris is just like bling cell phones and like tracksuits, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like Nicole Richie's expanded beyond like the bimbo blonde look and like
she's very timeless.
You know, she proved that I'm more, like they said timeless. Yeah, Nicole Richie. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Paris. I love Paris.
Marilyn Monroe or Audrey Hepburn?
Marilyn Monroe. She had that, you know, it's a little raunchier, like love, and then she was thick. Marilyn had body.
I found out that she was not a skinny girl that they tried to make her out to be. Like, no.
I love how she had some body on her. And the way she wore it and she did it. Marilyn all the way.
Lady Gaga or Rihanna?
Why would you do this to me? I'm strictly Lady Gaga. You know why? Based off of she took it there. Yeah. Like, that's the one thing I love. I will always stand for a bitch who take it there. Like, where it's like, oh wow, okay, didn't think of that. Like I love Lady Gaga's just fearlessness.
Yeah, absolutely. Espresso martini or margarita?
Margarita, I don't like espresso. I never even really had one, but I don't like the coffee thing. No, I'm a margarita. Yeah, I love a apple margarita, mango margarita. Yes. I'm so like that with my drinks. No.
Yes. Do you smoke weed?
Yes.
Okay, indica or sativa?
You know what's so funny? I be always trying to figure out the difference, but I like the upper.
Okay, the sativa. Okay.
But like no lie, I really should be doing a downer because at the end of the day, mind racing. Like, why not just smoke some sativa and calm down and go to sleep? I think that's my show. I'll be like on Pinterest going crazy. So
I like a hybrid. Like, I like an indica if I need to calm down, but it's either sativa or a hybrid for me. Because most of the time I be needing like a creative spark.
Yeah, no, so, me too. And it helps me focus.
Give it to me, yeah. Halloween or Valentine's Day?
Halloween. My birthday is actually the day after Halloween.
Are you are
Scorpio?
Okay.
November 1st.
Okay.
I love it. I love Halloween. I love the feeling, especially in the fall. Oh, that's when I really turn up creatively because it's just something in the air. I love when it the leaves start falling. It gets breezy outside. The energy changes. Yeah. Then I know my birthday's coming up. I know another year around the sun. So like, it's. And then like fucking Halloween, you wear whatever you want, be whoever you want. Even though I haven't dressed up for Halloween like forever because like. My birthday's the day after, so I'm usually working on like my birthday piece, the birthday look. Yeah, Halloween all the way. Spooky.
Okay. So designing shoes or designing clothes? Which one do you prefer?
In a dream world, I would love to design shoes.
Yeah.
Cause I love, but also like I love clothes, but I think shoes are more of a. People spend more money on shoes. But also, people spend money on some clothes now, but I just feel like an outfit is an outfit. A shoe is you can wear a shoe with multiple outfits.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So a shoe, but I love designing clothes is like, that's all I know. That's my heart, you know?
I think you tap it into the shoes. Is it more like you find a shoe that you like and like embellish it, or?
It would be even more so like I have a shoe, I have an idea. I don't have a shoe manufacturer, so like it's just trying to be making it work. And I think the hard thing about that is the functionality. Yeah, you know, so like that's why I really can't get into shoes the way I want to because like you have to be able to walk and wear it, you know. So that's why I'm like I'll flourish in clothes for now, but a shoe when the time comes, it'll make sense.
I think a collaboration will probably come. Yeah, and then you can learn
do something
the
like that. I would want to do a collab with Pleasers.
Oh, that would eat.
Pleaser. I would love to do a Pleaser collab. Actually.
That would eat down.
Let's keep it sexy.
Okay. Well, at all times.
Yes.
We have come to the end of the show. Thank you again for coming in this hot ass weather. Of course. I'm very happy that I got to know more about you and that I've met you finally in person. Yes. And I'm excited.
Thank you.
My wheels are turning. We're gonna do some creative work together.
Yes, let's do it.
And I'm excited about it. I am excited to see where your brand is going. Please let the people know where they can follow you and support you and buy and all of that thing.
So my website is JordonXWillis.com and my Instagram is, my personal one is the Jordon _ and my brand is Jordon Willis _ follow whoever, and my TikTok is Jordon Willis, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, check out that website JordonXWillis.com though. That's what's important.
And I'll put all of that in the description. Oh, one more question I forgot to ask. Are you open to commissions at the moment?
Kind of, yeah, if I feel like it. But it's funny because I'm like, I just got through a bunch of orders. I got like one more to do. Then I think I want to take some time to play and like see what's next. Like I want Jordon's mind to come out a little bit more. So expect a new version of an embellished dress coming soon.
Period. All right. And as we say at the end of every show, leave here empty. Do not hold on to your gifts. You cannot take them with you when you're gone. So
I love that.
Let your gifts out into the world. Leave here empty. And we'll see you next week. Bye.